As we showed you earlier in Mike Anderson's report at the top of the show, many residents in northern Utah are still waging a battle with high floodwaters, and they're wondering how long are they going to have to keep up that fight.
It's a good question. We asked News Specialist Keith McCord to check with the experts and see if they could shed some light on some dry weather, perhaps, on all of this. Keith, what's the thinking?
Well, first of all, Dave, there's no crystal ball in all of this. You know, these fields throughout northern Utah, like you see behind me, full of ice and snow and standing water, could be that way for a while now. But cold temperatures and a little bit of snow are key right now.
Our house is flooded. We have a ditch and it has just flooded.
Monica Coburn's situation is like so many others in northern Utah. The water just keeps coming, and what's pooled in the streets and fields doesn't seem to be soaking into the ground.
We could keep collecting snow on this for another 6 weeks to 2 months.
Brian McInerney, hydrologist with the National Weather Service, says this winter has been a season of extremes. In December, we had 2 to 3 times the normal snowfall. In January, 4 times as much. Then a 15-degree warming trend in the last couple of weeks.
Accompany all that snow along with that amount of warming and a lot of sunshine, and then put some rain on it.
And you get this: hundreds of people in Box Elder, Weber, Cache, and Rich counties with flooded basements and property. The land is a saturated sponge. Getting back to normal for northern Utah will take a while, McInerney says, but there are a couple of scenarios that can help keep things from getting worse for many of the people. Number one, very cold temperatures and even some snow is okay.
I think if you're right now putting sandbags out and you're worried about more additional flooding, this cold weather is exactly what you need right now.
And he says in the weeks ahead, if there's a slow warming trend, emphasis on slow, melting the snow gradually, the saturated ground will have a chance to dry a bit, and flooding shouldn't be as big a concern.
But it's all going to depend how it comes off. If we melt it really fast, we're going to see some flooding issues. If we melt it gradually, we'll be okay.
So Mother Nature's in control here, as you might have suspected. McInerney says this period we've been in, the extreme weather period, we haven't seen anything like this since the 70s or 80s, so it's been a long time since we've had something like this. Definitely a drought buster, but a lot of people are certainly paying the price for it. They're ready for this to be done throughout northern Utah. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, Keith, one thing we do know is Mother Nature has always been under control on this one.
Yes.
Thanks,
yes.
Keith.